Students, now we will discuss IIT problems on mechanics. Our next problem is question number 5. An object traveled half the distance with velocity v1. The remaining part of the distance was covered with velocity v2 for half the time and with velocity v3 for the other half of the time. Find the mean velocity or average velocity of the object averaged over the whole time of motion. Now solution is, suppose an object is traveling along this line from point A to point B, distance x, with velocity v1, and the other distance x up to point C is traveled in two different ways. Half the time the velocity of the object is, for time t, the velocity of the object is v2, and for other half time t, the velocity of the object is v3. We have to find the average velocity over the whole time of motion. First solve the motion from B to C. Now we are given average velocity from A to B is equal to v1. Average velocity from B to D is equal to v2. Average velocity from D to C is v3. We know that average velocity for n distances traveled in equal time intervals given by u average is equal to u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus so on up to un upon n. That is, mean of the different n velocities is equal to u average. In our case, therefore, average velocity from point B to C is given by v4 is equal to v2 plus v3 whole upon 2. In our case, n is equal to 2, that is, there are two equal time of motion for the object. Let it be equation number 1. And average velocity for n equal distance traveled in unequal time intervals is given by n upon v average is equal to 1 upon v1 plus 1 upon v2 plus 1 upon v3 and so on plus 1 upon vn. In our case, again n is equal to 2, that is, from A to B distance traveled x, and from B to C distance traveled x. From B to C we have find the average velocity, which is equal to v4. So using this formula we get, therefore, average velocity from point A to C is given by 2 upon VAC. VAC means average velocity from point A to C is equal to 1 upon V1 plus 1 upon V4, or 2 upon VAC is equal to 1 upon V1 plus 2 upon V2 plus V3. That is putting the value of V4 from equation number 1. Now taking LCM in the right hand side, so we get 2 upon VAC is equal to, LCM is V1 into V2 plus V3 within the bracket, and numerator is V2 plus V3 plus 2V2. Sorry, V2 plus V3 plus 2V1. This implies VAC upon V2, that is taking reciprocal, VAC upon 2 is equal to V1 into V2 plus V3 within the bracket whole upon V2 plus V3 plus 2V1, or hence the average velocity from point A to C is equal to 2V1 into within the bracket V2 plus V3 whole upon 2V1 plus V2 plus V3. So this is the average velocity for whole time of motion, or the answer of our problem. So thank you very much.